In about a week from today, I'll be road tripping this almost 30-year-old Miata, almost 6,000 miles across the country, from Oakland, California to Troy, Ohio, and then back. Now, as big of a hassle as road tripping an almost 30-year-old car in the winter across the country, it's worth mentioning that this car already has been through a lot. I bought this car in Santa Monica about 5 years ago. I road tripped it back from LA to Oakland before I even knew how to drive a manual car, so I had to learn along the way. Now, this car was a pristine, white, perfect example Miata, and I probably spent too much money on it, but it was one of the nicest cars I could find in my price range. About 2.5 years ago, however, this car was stolen while being parked right here at about 3 a.m. Now, luckily enough, I had an Apple AirTag tracker in this car, so over the course of a week, I was tracking this car on my phone all across Oakland in the Bay Area. I actually knew someone who was a private investigator who did stolen car investigations. With help from my Apple tracker, he helped track it all across Oakland and visit the locations. Because Apple trackers are like for finding your keys and aren't necessarily a 100% accurate GPS, we were always like 2 steps behind catching up to this car. However, one time when he was driving around West Oakland, he took a picture of a black Miata driving in front of him with mismatched wheels, and it was in the vicinity of where the last tracker had updated, but I wasn't entirely sure. So eventually the Apple AirTag started picking up an update in the same exact location for about 2 days. It was underneath the Coliseum BART, and on the way home from work one day, I decided to drive by. I was convinced the battery had just run out in the tracker and it was picking up a false signal. However, when I drove by, I'm seeing a black NB Miata very similar to mine in the corner. In my head, I'm thinking, my car's white. Is it just a coincidence that there's a black Miata that looks exactly like mine in the same exact location? The next day, I call my dad. He takes the BART to the BART station above the overpass. He has a pair of binoculars. He spies down on the car to confirm it's mine. He calls the police. They say they'll try to get there, but they probably won't unless it's an emergency and someone is getting in the car. Someone in like a black mask and a backpack gets in the car. My dad calls the police, says, hey, this guy's getting in the car. Turns out the guy actually got out of the car. He wasn't driving away. But that triggered kind of an emergency call to the police, and about 6 police cars and a chopper all pull up to this underpass. I'm standing back across the street because I'm expecting some sort of shootout to happen. They call me over. I try to start the car. It doesn't start, of course. We call a tow truck with AAA. The scariest part was the moment between the police leaving and the tow truck getting there. We walked across the street with the car just sitting there. I was half expecting someone to come back to the car, but we got it on the trailer. They never caught the guy because he ran away. The insurance company totaled this car, and I had to buy it back with a salvage title, which isn't the end of the world because I got it started pretty easy and I got all my money back for it. It actually had a really nice hardtop that wasn't on it when the car was stolen. So I actually sold that for about $1,000. So I'm close to even on this car, and it's a really great car, but I haven't been driving it that much, and I really feel bad about that. It's gonna need some tune-up before we go, so come with me, we'll fix it up a little bit, and then you'll come with me on a 6,000 mile road trip. So road tripping a car across the country isn't really easy at any time of the year, but especially during winter, I'm gonna make sure this car is safe, reliable, will actually get me there. As reliable as a Miata is, there's a reason you don't see too many people road tripping them across the country in the snow. I don't know if it's gonna snow, but I'm kind of expecting it, so we'll see how that goes. Maintenance stuff, I got a little list going here. Gonna do an oil change. I can't remember the last time I changed the oil, but it'll definitely be due. I'm gonna do LED taillight and headlights. This car is small and black, and at night, I'm pretty sure people will just run right over me. So for safety, I'm gonna make this thing a little brighter. And then I'm gonna need to bring tools. I'm gonna put together a little pack. I had a pack in my other car that I think I'm gonna put together again. All right, I got the oil draining. I'm gonna have to get the oil filter out, but it's in like one of the worst places I think I've ever seen an oil filter. I remember this from the last time I changed it. You need like tiny little arms to get in there. All right, it wasn't very tight on there, but this is one of the worst oil filter locations I've ever witnessed. It's just dripping down from there and hitting the cross member and then just kind of drizzling out there. All right, I'm just leaving O'Reilly's. I dumped the old oil, got some new oil, got a new filter, got some new coolant. It's one of my least favorite things to do is go there and dump oil because it's always really inconsistent. Sometimes people will just let you go to the back and dump the oil. That's the way they always did it. But then sometimes some lady back there is like really snarky at you and gets really mad at you for dumping your own oil. So luckily the person was nice and they just let me go back and dump the oil because that's like the easiest thing to do. All right, before we put this filter in, I think we should take a moment to really appreciate how cute and little this little filter is. I also put a new air filter on. This one is ironically actually smaller than the other one, but it's a lot cleaner, so it should be better airflow. Alright, I just took it on a little test drive. I think everything's good. We're just gonna ignore the part where I started it with no oil in it. I started it, then looked over and realized I had 5 quarts of oil sitting right next to me. I think I saved it in time. The car could be ruined. It could be. I hope not. It seems to be driving perfectly fine. All right, I kind of got a collection of stuff I'll bring. I'll definitely add to this. I got some tools. I got a little hammer. I got some tools there. I got some more tools here. I got some fluids and stuff. I got this like little snow pick, so in case it starts snowing, I can brush it off my car. Nothing too crazy, but I'll probably add to this and bring more stuff because I'm probably gonna need it. All right, I just went on a crazy shopping spree. I got some more things. It's constantly evolving list of things to bring. I got some side marker lights, just they're LEDs, so they'll be a little bit brighter. I got some backup lights, some brake lights. They're LEDs as well. They'll be brighter. I got these these just upgraded halogen headlight bulbs. I also got these fender liners. They were taken off when the car was stolen, but in the snow these will be a little bit better. In the rain it'll be a little bit better, so you don't have water splashing up into the fenders. I got this lumbar support thing so I can look like that guy. Some upgraded wipers. These are apparently good for winter. I got this little MagSafe thing that it goes in like the CD holder. I got this convex rear view mirror. I've also never had one of these, but it's apparently really good for visibility. I was thinking about getting the little circle ones that go on the side view mirrors, but the side view mirrors are so small, I don't think there'd be enough room. So, and then I went a little crazy. I got a rear spoiler. This might not be necessary, but I think it technically is a good upgrade because technically the spoiler is supposed to keep the rear wheels on the ground. In the rain, in the snow, I think that'll be a safer bet to keep the rear wheels on the ground so I don't go spinning out. All right, I just got a bunch of stuff in the mail, but I decided to install some easy stuff. I got this like lumbar support pillow in here. Honestly, I don't think it's that comfortable, but it might improve my ride. And then I got this big convex mirror in here so you can see a lot more. It's kind of really the only thing I can see more is my fat face. So that's really all it does, but I guess it's safer. It looks fine. I guess I'll keep it. I'm not super thrilled about it, but why not? Couple other easy installs. I got this phone mount on the dash here so I can hook it up right here and record the road as I go. I also got one here. This one actually has a charger attached to it. The MagSafe charger just goes right on that. Charges your phone really well. It's a nice place to have the map up while you're driving and also do some camera shots from that angle too. I also just put new wipers on. I just want to point out that putting new wiper blades on, it seems so simple, but it always makes me feel so stupid. All right, I got the old headlight bulb out. I'm gonna put these new ones in. Getting the headlight bulb out, there's like this retaining clip that's so annoying. I don't know how I'm gonna get it back in there, honestly, but I think I can, but it's just so annoying. Okay, scratch that. It was actually really easy to get back in. I got it in there, got the retaining clip on there. Just gotta plug it back in. All right, it's obviously the middle of the day, so you can't really tell, but headlights seem to be working pretty good. I might need to kind of sand off the film on top of this because they're kind of yellow. Maybe make them a little more clear. This headlight wasn't working on and off, so I'm hoping this will fix it. It might not have. It looks like the connection's pretty bad in there, and getting it back in there didn't go super well. It looks like it's kind of rusted out and rotted out, so this one might fail. All right, just took the old bulb out of the marker light in the front. Gonna put the new bulb in. Definitely an upgrade. We'll see how bright these are, but it even looks like an upgrade. It just looks sleek and nice. Got the new marker light in there. It's pretty bright. It's still a little light out, so you can't really tell. I also didn't do a before picture, but you can tell this is pretty bright. This is as bright as a marker light needs to be. Those LEDs are really good. I'm looking forward to getting the ones for the rear lights to put those in. I'm on a quest to convert this entire car to LED, except for the headlights. I got the old third brake light bulb here. This one's old, it's ancient. Come on, look at this. The LED, it's beautiful. It goes in the same socket, but it's an LED and it looks beautiful. It's probably gonna be super bright. I also got the brake light lens off. I'm gonna put this in the vise, and I got like a cleaning kit coming, and I'm gonna sand this because the overspray was pretty bad on this and it's a little worn out. So I want people to be able to see when I'm braking. So we should probably talk about the route I'm gonna take out there. I'm gonna try to go south to avoid as much snow and bad weather as I can. Here's my general plan. I'm gonna go down to Palm Springs, stay there for the night, then go to Tucson, Carlsbad. I'm probably gonna stop somewhere around El Paso on the way there. Carlsbad, I'm gonna see, like, I think the national park down here, there's some caverns that are pretty cool. I think I'll stop in Amarillo and then Oklahoma City, maybe check out the memorial there. Gonna stay in St. Louis, maybe check out the Arch. Indianapolis, I might stay here. It's so close to Ohio that I might just book it all the way there. Slight problem alert. This connection is basically ruined. This connector just like melted out of there. It's barely in there anymore. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to a pick and pull. Hopefully they have this little piece because nothing else will get here in time. If not, we'll just kind of cut these off and make our own connectors and just put them in with some heat shrink. But it'd be nice to have this piece just so it can be a little easier to put in. We're driving out to Stockton right now to the pick and pull. It's gonna take about an hour and a half to get there. Hopefully we'll be a little quicker on the way back. And we might get there and there'll be nothing left on the car. We saw on the website, there's a 2000 Miata that it didn't even look like it had many parts on it to begin with. It got no fenders, no wheels, no nothing. It did have the fender liners in the picture. Those might be gone, but hopefully they're still on the car because that would be nice to have because the ones I ordered aren't gonna get here in time. I say it's a pretty high chance that since the headlights are gone on the car, the headlight bulb connector is probably just gonna be cut off because someone didn't want to deal with the hassle of taking it off and they just cut the connection. So we might come out with nothing. This car was stripped to its britches. There's nothing left on this car. No wiring, so we're not going to get that headlight plug. It had the fender liners in the picture, but it no longer has fender liners on it. Has the back ones, but I don't need those. So this is kind of a bust. All I got was the gas cap and the sun visor. So not a total loss, but pretty much a loss. Just saw this thing on the way out, and I decided to look at the plug. It's exactly the same. Look at that. It's the same. You see that? All right, I didn't even know this car existed, but it has the same exact headlight plugs as the Miata. It's probably not that unique. It's probably pretty universal. We probably could have found one on another car, but it's just so nice that we found it on this Mazda. Turns out Mazda uses the same exact plug on all their cars. So off this little NA here, got another plug. I don't even need this many, but we have them. Leaving the Stockton pick and pull now. Last time I was here, it was hotter than a $2 pistol. Now it's colder than a vampire's demeanor. So we're leaving now. I'd say it was a pretty successful trip. We got a bunch of those plug connectors for some reason. We don't really need as many as we got, but we got them. I got a gas cap just in case something goes wrong. And I got a sun visor. That might be useful, glare of the sun. So it was fairly successful. I'll just mention, I think pick and pulls are really cool. You can get parts you need, whatever. But it's so sad to see all those cars just, it's like a graveyard. It's a car graveyard and it's really sad. Got the brake light in the vise. I'm gonna use this sanding to sand it down, get this layer off, make it look real nice. Now for 800. Now we're gonna do this little 3000. It says to spray it. You're supposed to have a little spray bottle to spray it, keep it moist. I think I'm just gonna spit on it because I don't have a spray bottle. Now this is what separates the dirty lenses from the clean lenses. Got some rubbing compound here. Gonna give it a good rub down. That's a clean lens right there, bruv. Now coming to you for the first time ever. I have a sun visor in this car. The reason this was deleted before I got it is because this windshield is so small, you can't actually see anything with the sun visor down. So it'll be helpful if the sun is glaring, but there's a reason people take these out of these cars, but it's kind of cool to have. Driving now to get this car aligned. I don't really think it needs it. It drives pretty straight, but it definitely can't hurt. It is definitely a lot safer to make sure. I think it's mainly for the back wheels too. Like, it drives straight, doesn't mean all four wheels are on the ground. So we'll see what he says at the alignment place. I'm not too worried about it, but I have the time to do it, so I might as well do it. Here are the specs, all green now. It's a little red before, it's all green now. Pretty good. He said it was all good on the test drive, but I'll see how it goes, and if there's any problems, he said I could bring it back. I didn't have any problems the last time. Star alignment, get your alignment done. I don't know what their slogan is, but you should come here. Just finished making that new kind of nice, kind of bad, probably will hold up connection for the bulb plug. It was a little weird. We probably didn't do it like the correct way that you're supposed to do it. I'm not very good at soldering, so it's kind of just jammed in there, but it should hold up pretty good, I hope. I once again have a cup holder in this car. I had one exactly like this, but just like everything in this car, when it was stolen, they took it out for some reason. I don't know what they did with it, what they could possibly want with it. But it just slides in the seat there. You put a little cup in there. I also got a little thermos for me. And then I got some fuses. I know fuses aren't typically the cause of many problems, but they can be a short-term solution. We'll see if I need these, but I got a big pack here. Hopefully it'll help. I got this Garmin camera I'm gonna put on the windshield to record stuff as I'm going. It's like for in case anything goes wrong, but I can do it if I want to record something. I just drove by, I just say save video and it'll save it, or I just click the button and it'll save it. You've probably seen these in those videos where you go, okay Garmin, video spies. It just heard me. Not perfect, but it's a lot better. Something I probably should have noticed a little bit earlier, the third brake light wasn't actually working on this thing, and it's because this LED, the ground and the power are opposite of what the normal bulb is in this car. So we had to go in here, flip the green and black wire, and now it's working. Putting on the kind of ugly spoiler. Got our little marker there. Get it in the right spot. All right, got the spoiler in the car. Does it look great? I don't know, maybe, kind of. It looks okay. I think we might wrap it at some point, black or white, to make it look a little better. Right now it's just in primer, but I think it looks okay. And I think it actually will keep the back wheels on the ground. So that's the main goal of it. I continue to put LEDs in this car, and I'll once again point out how beautiful this LED looks compared to the old bulb. Beautiful, old, beautiful, old. All right, the brake light LED didn't make a huge difference, but the reverse light LED made a big difference. Look at that old faded. Look at that new bright reverse light. Brake light, about the same, but the reverse light, would you take a look at that? Now we need to talk about packing. I'm leaving tomorrow morning. Gotta pack some clothes, gotta pack some things to bring. Let me talk about what I'm bringing. I'm bringing underpants. You gotta have underpants. That's what I've learned. Bunch of socks, t-shirts. You need to have pants. And this is a big problem. You gotta have pants. And I'm bringing pants. I'm wearing pants. Bringing some exercise clothes. I'm not a big fitness freak, but you know, I might need to exercise a little bit. I'm gonna be sitting in the car, so I got my shoes for that too. I got a coat. I got a hat in the car, one with like a pom-pom on top. Should be pretty warm. And then let's talk about the real thing. The cheese and peanut butter Keeblers. Now this is a snack. This snack is probably gonna last me like, I would say 27 minutes. I'm gonna destroy this thing. I'm probably gonna bring some protein bars as well so I can just have a snack for the road, but I'm gonna destroy these things. I didn't think this was gonna get here in time, but we got the splash guard and the wheel well and got some retaining clips in here, and it fits in pretty good. Got some of that black paint off. You can see the white through there. Hello there. Just had my last dinner out. Probably gonna be the last nice dinner I have for a while. I'm expecting to eat a lot of Starbucks on the way. Once I get there, I'm sure we'll have some good meals, and I might stop at a couple nice places along the way, but I'm thinking it's mostly gonna be Starbucks and Keebler cheese and cracker sandwiches. I think I'm gonna get up at about 6 a.m., leave at about 7 a.m. It estimates it's gonna be about 7 hours to 8 hours in the Miata. Let's make that 9 hours. So I'm hoping to get there with some time left in the day, get there a little before dark, maybe as it's getting dark. Right now I'm snug as a bug in a rug, so I'm gonna go to sleep, hopefully, get some good rest, and tomorrow we'll hit the road. It's 4 in the morning. I'm up way too early. Now it's time to take drugs. Got my breakfast, taking a bagel. It's 5 a.m. Even a little bit earlier than expected, but I want to get on the road. Try to get there as early as possible. Very foggy out. It's colder than a tax collector's heart, you know? It's very cold out here in California. It's only gonna get colder as I go. Got on 580, gonna be here for a little bit till I get on the 5, which I'm not looking forward to, and I'm glad I left early. There's almost no traffic out here. I think I'm gonna generally leave earlier in the day to try to get to my destination a bit before dark, just to beat the traffic and get there before dark. That's gonna kind of be my motivation, but it's really foggy. It's not as cold as I would have expected. It's gonna get cold after I go down south and then back up north. It's gonna start to get cold. I mean, cold. We're on the 5 now. I think unless you're an absolute sociopath, the 5 is one of your least favorite highways. This is the lane that insane people use to pass on the right. while going like 100 miles an hour because I don't know how to use the passing lane. This is just the lane. I go the speed limit in this lane. I should be fine, you'd think. No, that's wrong. You are the worst person ever for going the speed limit. And I'm actually going the speed limit. I know the Miata is slow, but I'm pushing it to go the speed limit. It's also, as you can probably see, foggier than a frog on a log. I cannot see anything, and I do not think people can see me very well. Well, I'm out in the middle of cow country. I made the mistake of not going to the bathroom before I left, so now I'm on the side of the road doing that. That's a little lesson for me, for you. Just go to the bathroom when you have the chance, or you'll pull out. I mean, it's a beautiful location. It looks like the location where like the Windows login screen or like the home page was recorded. It's nice out here, but I just pulled off to go to the bathroom. Just to give you a sense of what I'm dealing with, I'm idling at about 3,500 RPM, going 65 in 5th gear. That's all this car has. It's like 4,000 at 75 if I even get up there, but it's not great on the highway. First gas stop. It's got about half a tank, but I might as well get some more. Going through the hills, it just got a lot warmer. It's getting kind of hot in here, actually. I might have to roll the windows down. Well, we're stuck in traffic. I have no idea why, but it's really hot out, so I put the top down. Gonna get some sun, gonna get some air. Pulled into the hotel and let the car cool down a little bit. It's hotter than a snake's ass in the desert, and we're out in the desert, so that makes sense. So it's pretty hot, and I always forget how much of California is just in the middle of the desert. Palm Springs, we're in Cathedral City technically, but it's basically Palm Springs. It's no different. We're just in the middle of the desert. It's so hot out here. Got in the hotel room. They upgraded me to a suite because my dad is like a Hilton's Diamond Reward member. They always thank you for that. Thank you for your service. It's a nice view, man. Nice view of the golf course. Out here in the middle of the scalding hot desert. Oh, I haven't had water all day. Just took a shower because boy did I need it. I'm gonna be honest, I am not 100% sure. There's a lot of doubt about this trip. That's why I'm doing this trip, to work through doubt. This is a silly, stupid, crazy idea. That's how many people would describe this. But I'm still doing it anyway, and that's half the battle, and that's the reason for this trip, is to work through that doubt, as hard as it may be. I just gotta mention, in the desert, when the sun goes down and you're in the shade, it's so nice and relaxing. People talk a lot about the housing developments where all the houses look the same. I like them, man. I like a good development. I'll live in the development. Alright, just leaving my early dinner. This channel isn't going to become a food review channel, but I gotta say, maybe some of the worst fish and chips I've ever had in my life. I'm so tired. I'm so tired. Pretty beautiful. Started with about 97,000 miles. Now we almost have 97,500 miles. We're about to put 340 on it today. So let's see how many miles we can pack into this little car. Just scrape the bumper, that's fine. It's a low car. I didn't scrape on my way in, but I must have had a big breakfast. I think we might as well get some gas before we go. I'm actually surprised gas is so cheap in the Palm Springs area, but this is something we're gonna kind of keep track of. The further we get away from the Bay Area, the cheaper gas is, so we'll keep track of that. I was feeling bad about my trip, so I pulled over and did a couple little donuts in the little sand pit on the side of the road on this exit. Now I'm back at it, back on the road. I wish I could play On the Road Again, that song, for you guys, but it's copyrighted, of course. Just imagine that song's playing. Got to my hotel in Tucson. Is it a good hotel? No, it's not really a good hotel. It's one of those bad hotels. I just had a wonderful foot-long Subway chicken sandwich. I don't care what you say. I'm a Subway guy. Just got back in the car from my hotel in Tucson. I just had waffles again. I'm a waffle freak. I love those. I love hotel waffles. I don't care what you say. The stuff with like the batter's already pre-made and you pour it in the thing and flip the thing. I love those things, man. I'll eat those every day of the week. About to drive to El Paso, about 4.5 hours. I was gonna go straight to Carlsbad through El Paso, but now I'm just gonna stay in El Paso because I'm getting kind of tired and might as well take it slow. I know some of you are gonna complain at me that you could get there a lot quicker, and you can. I've gotten there in like 4 days, gotten home in like 3 days, but I'm getting there in like 7 days. So we're just taking it slow, taking it easy on the car. The car's holding up pretty good, I think, so we'll see how that goes. Told you, the further we get away from the Bay Area, the cheaper the gas. Hotel in El Paso, watching some South Park. This is my vacation, man. I get to do whatever I want. Easy day today, about 5 hours, I think, total. Gonna be a really short drive tomorrow to Carlsbad. I'm not taking this road trip, super aggressively, and I'm fine with that. You know, I didn't get too much footage today because I was just on the 10. It's just a straight shot ahead, nothing much to see. So still feel good about this trip, but don't feel fantastic sometimes. It's a little boring. It's not great at sometimes. A lot of doubt coming up sometimes, but that's okay, man. We're gonna keep going. Just got to Rosa's Cantina, a little Mexican restaurant my dad recommended. It's apparently, I don't know, it's named after a song, or it's the place that inspired the song. I don't know the exact story, but it's that song that goes out in the west. So I don't know the whole history. Maybe they'll have some information in there, but I'm gonna eat here, I think. Maybe take a picture out front. It could be a kind of a cool place. Just got back from Rosa's Cantina. It was all right. It wasn't exceptional. I had a taco salad. It was fine. It wasn't great, but you know, it was nice. It was a good experience. Everyone was super nice there, and I'm glad I went. Pretty short day today. Gonna drive to Carlsbad National Park, see the caverns there. I think the caverns will be cool to see. That was fantastic. That was really a great experience, and I recommend you go there. I didn't know what I was getting into when I agreed to go to this. I didn't even look at pictures online, but it's a really incredible. You go down 750 feet down into the ground, which is just silly. And there's all these, you know, I didn't look at any of the descriptions, or like stalactites or something. There's rocks. It's a bunch of rocks underground, and it's pretty cool. Hello? Hello? In my hotel, what city am I in? Let's see, let me check my notes. I've forgotten what city I'm in. This is a blur. This trip is a blur. I am in Carlsbad. Got back from the caves, the caverns. It was a really incredible experience going down into the caves, and I think it inspired me to talk about why I'm doing this trip. Why would a lonely person who's dealing with a lot of loneliness be like, I'm gonna put myself on my own on the road for weeks at a time? But you know, I think that's the reason I'm doing it. As lonely of a guy as I am, I'm not good at being alone. I'm terrible at being alone. So this trip was actually to get better at being alone, and being with myself. And you know, I don't want to get too personal, but this is the personal section of the broadcast. I'm just out here. This is a soul-searching journey. It's really windy. It's like driving a boat to keep this thing on the road. It keeps wanting to push it off to the side, and I keep having to readjust. I'm white knuckling it driving it because this car is so small. It's pretty windy, but any normal car could just go straight down the road. This wind wants to pick this car up and take it away. There's a little gravel pit. I gotta let the rear tires loose because it's the only time I can do it. Just got to my hotel in Amarillo. The Cadillac Ranch I went to is a bit underwhelming, I'll be honest. It was kind of cool to see the how the layers of spray paint, I think I kind of captured that, how the layers of spray paint just make these big blobs. Walking the subway. I'm a subway guy, like I said. These Texas towns are not pedestrian friendly, but I need to get my steps in, man. You know, people are looking at me like I'm crazy. I'm just going for a walk, man. You know, just down the middle of this field because there's no sidewalk. I'm not crazy, you're crazy. My hotel in OKC, I think, Oklahoma City. You see my car out the window of my hotel. This is the first time I've had a hotel room where you can see my car out the window. It's right there. Look at it. Look at it. I think you have to pay to go on this little Christmas light walk. I don't think I'm gonna do that. I'm just gonna walk alongside the Christmas lights. Just take a look at them from over here. I don't necessarily need to go in, but Christmas, I love Christmas. About to drive to St. Louis, and man, it's finally starting to feel like winter. I say finally, but I'm not super glad, man. I was happy in like the Southwest where it was nice and warm, and it was actually a little hot, even though it's winter. But you know, we're getting into some some colder weather. It doesn't look like there's any snow on the radar, any rain yet. So it's only cold. It's not necessarily going to be terrible weather, but we'll see how that goes. I am freezing my tail off right now. At my hotel in St. Louis. I can see the arch. I think I might drive down, try to get a picture next to it. My first time in a church, going to mass ever. It was a beautiful place inside. Beautiful location, incredible location. It's like right underneath the arch. It's kind of incredible. But I'm gonna go home because I am once again spent. I got way too many muffins. Got a beautiful view. I'm gonna take my time on the way out because I don't have a check-in time at my grandparents' house. I just gotta get there. So take it nice and easy, about 5.5 hour drive, 5.5 hour drive. I'm gonna eat all these muffins and then just take my time. Arrived at my destination. Did I get here quick? No. Did I get here and have some fun? Kind of. I had some fun. I didn't really take this road trip how most people take a road trip. Most people try to get to their destination quickly, or if they're going to take their time, they see the sights and stuff. I did a little bit of both. I just kind of took my time. But I'm here. That's the most important part. I'm here. Didn't hit any snow. Knock on plastic that I don't hit any snow on the way back. But I'm going to be here for about a week and then gonna do the whole thing in reverse. This is a super weird experience for me. I'm actually working on my car in a garage, not in the middle of the street like normal. I'm in a garage. It's raining outside, but it doesn't matter because I got a roof over my head. What we're doing now is, I've never had rear defrosters in this thing. It has the wiring, but it was never soldered into the rear window. So we're gonna solder it to the rear window. We hooked it up to a meter, the wires that are just hanging there. Turns out the fuse was blown. You can see it, a little fuse blown. So we're putting in one of the fuses I got in my little kit. Luckily, I got a big kit of way too many fuses. So got a little 15 amp, just stick it right in there. So we're gonna get some heat shrink, reinforce these wires and put another layer of heat shrink to make sure they don't fall off when I'm closing the top up and down. So these wires, it doesn't really matter which side is which, but Just solder them right on the window, and then they'll defrost the rear window. It's not super intelligent, but you know, it works. Hopefully it works. I don't actually know if it works. It has power. How well it works, I don't know. As you can see, this is right where they're supposed to go. I think they might have fallen off because when you close the top up and down, they might have ripped off. It also used to have a hard top on this thing that had a rear defroster in the window. So it might have been used for that. It was never connected when I had it. So they might have tried to put it on that and then just ripped it off when they took the hard top off. But we have an easy place to put them. It should work. Everything should work. It should be fine, man. As you can see, I got the wires soldered on there. Seems to be working pretty good. And just like that, I'm on 75 South, gonna head back home. Wasn't even paying attention. We just hit 100,000 miles, 100,005. I wish I could have got it when it ticked over to 100,000, but oh well. In the same exact hotel in St. Louis again. Still have a view of the arch. I'm on the 16th floor, not the 17th floor, so I'm not as high of an esteem, let's say. I'm one day closer to home, and I'm itching to get home. It's really weird to get used to 100,000 miles. It's weird seeing that 100 there. I'm used to seeing the starting with a 9. Now it's starting with 100, you know. So we're gonna put on a little bit more miles today, so we'll probably be at like, I don't know, 102,700 by the end of this trip. I'm tired and sick, and Midland, Texas, I once again have way too many muffins. I haven't been eating lunch. I've just been having a really big breakfast of muffins since it's complimentary on the hotel. Taking a spooky walk to Subway. I'm in Tucson, just outside of Tucson, my second to last hotel before I get home. It's New Year's Eve. I'm all alone with my Subway. That's okay because it feels good that I'm getting home.
Happy New Year, everyone. You know, everyone talks about New Year, new me, you know, but this time I really mean it, you know. A lot of people don't really mean it. My good friend, he has a really brilliant joke, I think. You know, people talk about New Year's resolutions. My New Year's resolution is to stop procrastinating as much. You know, but I'm going to worry about that later. But I'm going to worry about this now.
Second to last day of driving. Got a pretty short day today, especially compared to yesterday, I'll tell you that much. Check the oil this morning. It's definitely gonna need to be changed by the time I'm done with this trip, but it's pretty good actually. Great level. Color, a little strange, but it'll last me this last stretch for sure. So excited to get home. One more night. Two more days, one more night, and then I'm there. Guys, this is really exciting. My last day of driving. I'm gonna be sleeping at home tonight if everything goes according to plan. So I'm excited to be home and I'll get some content and get this video finished for you. Man, I was getting used to those Midwest and Southwest gas prices. I'm not excited to be getting back to those California gas prices. Well, me and my little car made it. You know, I think of myself as just a little guy, a little baby out in the world. It's a scary place out there. And I feel the same way about this car. It's just a little car. He's just a little guy. He's not very fast, not very big, not very strong. But, you know, he made it. I think there were two journeys here. There was the journey of the car, which is, you know, impressive that this almost 30-year-old car lasted 5.5 thousand miles. That's impressive in its own. it's also impressive that I made it. I'm like an anxious guy. I like to stay at home. I never leave the home. So venturing out on my own all the way across the country was a big deal in many ways. So I'm glad I did it. I literally can't even believe I'm back home. It's kind of insane that I'm back here, that this car was in Ohio just a few days ago and now it's back. Thanks for watching, and please drive safely.